What in the heck is going on with college football? Maybe instead of answering or asking that question in the first place, we should sit back and appreciate everything that's going on. It's making the sport so exciting to talk about. It's not 1 to 2 or 3 things going on. We have 8 to 9 to 10 different things going on with players and coaches and coaching staffs and recruits. And don't even get me started on the rumors I'm seeing about Dabo Swinney. That's a little foreshadowing on a video we may make tomorrow, so stay tuned. Quinn Ewers, who was formerly known as the #1 quarterback in the class of 22, he should be a senior in high school, has just left Ohio State. But hold on. It's not quite as simple as, oh, he's leaving. He straight up finessed Ohio State in the program. We're going to talk all about it. I don't know whether to like him and applaud him for doing what he did or hate this man. I meant to start out the video saying this, but the people have spoken. You guys got over 1,000 likes within an hour or two, and hey, Matt's a fan of the people. I'm bringing y'all the triple upload. Hope you enjoy. Let's continue on. My bad. Last thing before we get into this video, I'm going to try to be more active on Twitter, tweet during the games tomorrow. If there's anything you want to tweet about, go follow me on Twitter. I'm going to follow back a bunch of you guys. I followed over 200 people yesterday. And also turn on my notifications on Instagram and Twitter so you can get notified when I post and you can see what I'm saying about the Alabama-Georgia game, Michigan game, and all the others. I'm going to follow back a bunch of people, like I said, and also when you send me DMs on Instagram or Twitter, it really helps me out with the news. That's how I found out about this. A bunch of you were sending it and tagging it to me on Instagram, and I really appreciate that. Once again, if there's any big time news, feel free to send it to me on Instagram or Twitter. Hope you guys enjoy. Now, let's get into the video. Quinn Ewers, get used to the name, and yes, I'm pronouncing it correctly. It's not Edwards, it's Ewers. I believe, yes, that's right. I made a video on this dude 10 days ago. I'm not going to spoil that video. You can check it out for yourself. But in that video at the end, I predicted he was going to transfer and leave Ohio State for the main reason we're going to get into today. Roughly 3 to 4 hours ago, it was announced that Edwards would be leaving Ohio State and he's entering the transfer portal. From the jump, Quinn was put in an extremely hard and difficult situation in high school. Heading into his senior season, this is when it was announced that college athletes could make name off of their money, also known as the NIL rule. There was one big problem with that. That applied only to college athletes, not high school athletes in the state of Texas. There was also another predicament for Quinn and his family. He had endorsements lining up over $1 million worth of deals, but he couldn't take them if he decided to stay in high school. This created a huge problem for Quinn and his family. He could either A, stay in high school, make $0 and play his senior season, or B, go to college and cash in on these deals that were worth over $1 million. I talked all about that situation in the video I made about him 10 days ago. You can go check it out if you want for the full details and the full story. To sum that story up real quick, he decided that it'd be better to cash in on the money, skip his senior season, and go to Ohio State. At the time, most people was on his side. On the other hand, you had some disagreeing with his decision. You had the fair argument of, oh, you only get one senior season, that money's going to be there forever, you can always make that. On the flip side, and the side I'm leaning towards, how can you pass up over $1 million worth of dollars in deals? You're not going to see that money all the time. He could get hurt his senior year and never even come close to touching that money. I agree with what Quinn did. I'm not passing up $1 million, and it's easy for people to say when they're not in that situation. Quinn himself even stated in an interview his family didn't need the money, it was the principle of getting the money. From a business standpoint, he made the right decision. I understand he missed out on memories his senior year, but who cares? He can make more memories in his mansion. Flash forward in time to when he got to Ohio State, he got there later than every other recruit, and it took him a while just to learn the playbook. He didn't even travel with the team in their first week, and I'm not too sure if he traveled in the second week. After getting comfortable with the team and the playbook, he started working his way up in practice and getting more reps. The inconvenience for Ewers and Ohio State started at the beginning of the season. I remember in the first game, CJ Stroud was not playing that good, and Quinn Ewers was trending on Twitter, and people were asking where's he at because they want to see him play. Right then and there, you could tell that the Ohio State fans, they were high on him, and they were expecting him to not be the starter in the first week, but hopefully see him play meaningful action in the 4th or 6th week. I was on that train of thinking if CJ Stroud doesn't play that good, we could see Ewers in there by the 5th or 6th week. However, as we know, that didn't happen and CJ Stroud got better and better and better. But here's the thing. Ewers, he wasn't even the second string quarterback. He's been listed as the third string. But here's where things get insane. What's so mind-boggling about all this, if you really think about it, is before the first month of football, Quinn Ewers already made over $3 million in NIL deals. Think about that. The third string quarterback for a D1 team was making over $3 million. That is a pretty insane amount of money for a third string college quarterback. In his Ohio State career, he had 2 snaps and $3 million worth of deals. Unreal. One of my main points I touched on when speaking about Ewers is he's not okay with sitting the bench. Imagine being a star quarterback your entire life, you get to college and you're riding the bench. It does something to your ego. You're not used to it. And more than likely next year, he wouldn't be the starter because he's only listed as the third string right now. So really, it makes zero sense whatsoever to go back to Ohio State, and like I predicted weeks ago, I knew he wasn't going to do that. And also, I know I'm referring back to the video I made about him, but everything I said, it's coming true and coming to life. I predicted the best spot for him is Texas A&M. And look, I don't care who Texas A&M has at quarterback. I know their starter got hurt, and I believe they also have another 5-star coming in. They're not Quinn Ewers. This dude can straight up play. He's the #1 quarterback in the country for a reason. I did see a good comment on Twitter a lot of people are asking, quote unquote, "This was one of my curiosities about the NIL. Does he have to give all the money back? Was it written in the contract that he had to be at Ohio State?" That is a great question, I'm going to say, and I'm going to speak on it as far as I know. A lot of times in these contracts and deals, it doesn't matter where the player's playing as long as they're either A, representing the brand, or signing whatever they're supposed to sign, or doing whatever's in the contract. It doesn't matter where they're playing ball at. The 3 schools that are in front of his line as being the favorite to land him are Texas A&M, and Texas Tech, all Texas schools because that's where he's from. It gets a little more interesting. Patrick Mahomes went on Twitter when he announced he was transferring and said #WreckEm, referring to Texas Tech. RC Maxfield said, "If Texas Tech was to land a commitment from Quinn Ewers, it would no doubt be an historic one for Tech program. Ewers is the #1 overall recruit in the class of 2021, according to Rivals. Buckle up, Tech fans." To top that off, recruits are tweeting at him. This man probably has so many people hitting up his phone, and I thought about this. Lincoln Riley just went to USC, and he needs a good quarterback. Hey, Quinn Ewers, he's a good quarterback. What if he goes there? That would be unreal. I haven't seen any reports of USC being a favorite, but I can only imagine that Lincoln Riley's gonna hit up his phone. In my humbled opinion, if I had to pick the best fit for him, I would say Texas Tech because they would worship the grounds he walks on, is back in his home state, and also he wouldn't have to compete for the starting job. He should win it. Last thing before we end off this video, look what Aaron Torres said on Twitter. "Kid legit reclassified, came to Ohio State, probably cleared $1 million in NIL money, never played a down, is now headed back to his home state to play college football. Ewers' last 6 months should be taught in a Harvard business class from now until the end of time." He also replied under that and said he expects Quinn Ewers to be the starting quarterback for Texas in week 1 of next season. What about that? That's a bold take. I wouldn't be shocked, and Steve Sarkisian, he needs a good quarterback. That would also be a great fit. But man, oh man, Quinn Ewers, you gotta respect the grind. He straight up finessed Ohio State out of the bag. He went there, got $3 million, never played, said, you know what, it's kind of cold here, I don't like it, I'm going back to Texas. You want to talk about a walking W? He is the definition of that. Could you imagine making $3 million and not even playing but 2 snaps? Ridiculous. You gotta respect the hustle, that's all there is to it. In other news, kind of random, Utah is demolishing Oregon 23-0 at half. I did pick Utah to win this game in a video I made earlier today, so at least I'm going to be 1-0 heading into Saturday. Let me know how you feel about this situation down below. Go follow my Twitter, go follow my Instagram. Anytime there's news, feel free to send it to me, I really appreciate that. Yeah, that's gonna wrap up this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and leave a like for more. And as always, let's be great. I'm out, y'all. Peace.